Welcome back to another episode of Tulsa Real Estate Real Talk. It's Jennie Wolek here
and Brittany Winnery.
And we are excited to chat about this topic. It's really important. Seasonally, we're feeling some excitement and movement in the real estate market, which tends to happen this time of year. And there are still some causes and questions that many homeowners might be thinking about. Like one of the biggest questions that we're hearing right now is, if I list my home, will it actually sell?
Well, with all the headlines about interest rates and also the housing market as a whole, the truth is homes are still selling. We're still helping buyers and sellers every day contract on new homes.
Well, that's right. We're going to talk about 3 different points here just to kind of have a nice conversation around this. So number 1 is just buyers are still buying, but they are more selective. So Brittany, let's talk about why is it that that's the case right now?
Yeah, well, anytime we see an increase in inventory, of course, that's going to cause buyers some pause in their decision making. They want to make sure that they're purchasing the right home. Also, if they see new inventory week over week, it could cause them some delay in making an offer.
Yeah, and with that, interest rates are just what they are now. And still, if they're a bit higher than they were years ago, that could also maybe cause them to pause.
Absolutely.
If their costs are a little bit higher than what they maybe expected. So anything else when it comes to buyers are still buying, but maybe they're just being more thoughtful in it?
They are, and I think you brought up a good point with the cost, because the interest rate feels like it's at an all-time high, even though it's at an all-time average.
Yeah.
And the truth is, when a buyer sees that and they're looking at their all-in dollar, when it gets to the repairs, once we're under contract, they're really being picky with that, and they're asking for all things, and especially the big things.
That's right.
Yeah.
And so let's get to point number 2, which is about pricing and presentation.
Yeah.
Homes are still selling, and that's just a fact. We see it and we're experiencing it in our market, but maybe from the outside looking in, a seller may see that homes are sitting a little bit longer. And so how are we helping our clients through this conversation?
Yeah, presentation is, of course, the most important, which we talk about it a lot, and I think people hear about it a lot. And we sometimes see things that maybe a normal homeowner does not pay attention to, or they don't know that it's a buzz thing going on with the buyers in today's market. Another thing, too, is if we can be proactive with the repairs and take care of them up front, it gives even less pause to a prospective buyer, meaning you could contract quicker and possibly for more money up front.
Well, this goes back to number 1, is if buyers are being more cautious in their approach to buying a home, then it really needs to be, presented in its best light. And what are just some ways? I know we have some fun ways of helping our clients with this, of preparing. You mentioned one is just professional photos, of course, and also whether it's help with staging and pre-inspections.
Absolutely. Those can be really powerful. It doesn't mean that things aren't going to, of course, come up once we're under contract with a buyer, but we can be the most proactive that we can by doing that. One more thing to touch on that I think is really important, and it goes back to presentation, is price.
It's everything.
Price is everything. And one mistake I'm seeing sellers make is once they're on market, some of them are not price adjusting in a timely manner.
Yeah.
Most perspectives are, if a home sits for too long without a price adjustment, it can actually give a negative connotation to the home, and we don't want that.
I mean, we love y'all, and you know how many times that I've heard in my 25-year career of, well, I don't want to give it away. Yep. Well, you're probably not giving your home away when you price strategically. You're actually pricing to make better and more money in net on that sale. So Absolutely. We see that happen a lot. All right, talking point number 3 is homes are still selling every day. It's a fact. So let's talk about that point. What do you think, Britt?
Well, the fact is homes are selling because families are upsizing, downsizing, they're relocating, they're getting job changes, they're having life changes. All of those things are always ongoing.
Yep. So what would you say to someone who's been thinking about making a move for whatever reason, any life event or just because their current home isn't fitting their needs anymore, and they're kind of sitting on the sideline and pausing and considering what to do?
I would say let's go ahead and schedule a sit-down conversation or even an over-the-phone conversation. I have found when clients can kind of talk through their timeline, number one, we can ask them really great questions that maybe they haven't thought of to help make the process smoother or help answer their questions so that they can make the right next decision for them.
And I think something that people maybe who would be potential sellers in this market would be holding them back is they're seeing that term days on market has increased. Is that necessarily a bad thing?
It's not. I mean, the truth is what we're seeing with days on market is a market that's normalizing. We're coming off of Amazon Prime days, which was during COVID, when you wanted a home, you ordered a home, you closed in 30 days, and maybe it was day 0 or 1 on market. The good news is we're coming off of that, and that is a good thing for the market. It just feels kind of odd.
And I think this is why working with professionals who are in the market every day, we will help evaluate that days on market and the pricing strategy to go with it so you beat those odds.
Absolutely.
And actually price to maybe generate multiple offers or at least get really, really strong offers that you get to hold firmer in it. So let's see, Brittany, what if somebody is thinking about making a move? You mentioned timeline is important. What else is really important in today's market that homeowners and sellers should be thinking about?
I think understanding the facts, and this may sound silly, but I do find that some homeowners, whether they're sellers or buyers, don't always know the facts themselves or what they're willing or not willing to do. So getting clear on that internally, and then not being afraid to share that with your realtor. They are your trusted advisor, and they're there as your fiduciary. And for them to do the right job for you, they need to understand all the facts of what you're looking to do.
I think that with the facts of what you're wanting to do, but also the reality of the timeline. So if someone called us up today and they're ready to put their home on the market, we know from experience it takes more than just a couple days to get you launched appropriately. I mean, what does that timeline actually look like?
Yeah, in a perfect world, most sellers are taking about 2 weeks to launch properly. That gives them time for pre-staging, pre-packing, photography, and our pre-marketing plan.
I love it. So if you're thinking about a move, definitely reach out. Of course, we're happy to help, whether we would be a fit for helping you with your real estate needs or not. Hope you're finding this information valuable. Don't forget to like and subscribe and reach out when you need us.
See you next time.